Hey guys, it's Blaze. We're back with another one. Today we are on another D&D story where I tell you all about a character I have made, their backstory, their life, everything about them, as much as I can, sharing with you the ideas I have made. And without further ado, let's get in the video. Alright guys, it's Blaze, and we're back with another one. As you can see, we're here with another D&D story, and today, like I said in the last video, we are doing Nygina. So how you spell Nygina, it is on the background, and I did make sure it is spelled right, so this is how I spell Nygina. And, yeah, we're gonna get into why the background is the way it is, Nygina's backstory, stats, and the class. But before I do that, I'm going to play the music. We're using chill cartoons as always. And yeah. So first of all, we're going to get into race and class, which explain the background entirely. Anyways, so the race is a homebrew race that I made from an anime. And if you're not an adult, I don't recommend you watch it. It is a great anime, but it's got some stuff. It's called Magi. And essentially I used one of their races from the show that I was like, dude, it would be pretty cool to play this in D&D. And I was like, it sounds great. Why haven't I done this yet? So I made the race into 5e. It's a little bit broken, so everyone was a little hesitant to let me use it, but I'm using it, so it's fine. But yeah, this race is called the Faunalise. So if you've watched Magi, this is a Faunalise. So I'm going to start describing the race before I even get to the back. I don't know what I was fixed to say. The class. Before we get into the class, I want to talk about it. Give me a moment. It's taking a moment to find. I did have to make changes to this, so yeah, bear with me. So if you want to know what a Faunalise is, just look up what a Faunalise is. Type in Magi Faunalise. Magi is M-A-G-I. Faunalise is F-A-N-A-L-I-S. So, but if you're not an adult, I don't recommend watching Magi, but it's a great anime. If you're an adult, go watch it. It's great. I love it. It's one of my favorite animes. But yeah, Faunalise. They're medium humanoid. Age, I never really got an age, so I didn't write it down. I assume it's like a human, so that's what I went with. And then we get to all of the juiciness. So languages is common, and then one of your choice. Speed. Faunalise are typically faster than almost any race, so I went with 50. And normally that's like, why is it 50? That's a lot. It's like, I know. Faunalise jump, you can jump 3 times as high as a human, and even attack something in the air from the ground. Faunalise blood, strength goes up by 3, dex goes up by 1, and natural AC is 13 before dex. Then we have magicless. You cannot cast magic even if you're a caster class. You have low connection with magic to the point the most you can ever dream of casting is cantrips, nothing more. So if you choose Faunalise as your race and you say take wizard, you can only cast cantrips. So you're gonna need a non-magic class. But take something like fighter or whatnot, you're a broken son of a gun because you got the other things that I just mentioned. It's just great. And that's not the last one either. We have Faunalise Senses. You are more aware than other races. You have proficiency and expertise in perception. Notice there's no dark vision on here or anything. But it's got some things that make it sound broken. And trust me, it is essentially broken. But I don't build things to make them broken. I build things to have fun. And my friends know that. So that's why I get permission to use a lot of these things. Because I don't build this to be like, I'm going to run a min-max and freaking destroy the campaign. No, I'm not like that. I'm here to have a fun ride. Yeah, sometimes do I get crazy? Yeah, I do. I'm not gonna lie about that. I do get crazy sometimes when I play D&D. But I'm mostly there to have fun. I don't care if I, like win or lose or whatnot. Bits and pieces of me will probably die on that side if my character dies, but normally I build characters to be like, I'm gonna save these people. And that's it. That's all I'm really there for. I'm there to be the good guy and just chill and have fun. And yeah, that's what I'm there for. I'm not there to just create chaos. So I didn't really build this to be broken, but it is. I'm not gonna lie to you. It is broken. Yeah, there's Faunalise. And what a Faunalise looks like is the woman on the picture. That is actually from the anime. That's what they look like. It's not the main Faunalise from the show, but it's the one that I think Nygina would look closer to. But essentially they look like humans. But they all have red hair. They move fast. They hit faster. They jump higher. Essentially, it's an enhanced human with red hair and red eyes. Then, just to make matters worse, we get into my class, which is why the background is the way it is, and it's Berserker. I mentioned this in the last video. Berserker is a Final Fantasy class that I made. It's great. It does have some downsides, but it's a fun class. I thought we were fixing to get hit with an ad. I was about to panic. Anyway, so Berserker's great, but it relates to the background, and we're gonna get into that because let me discuss Berserker, and then I'll show how it's connected. I think it's this one. No. I think it's got its own thing. Here it is. Alright, so I am currently playing Nygina. As you all know, I have a character sheet. I've played like a few sessions when this comes out. It's Berserker level 4, so I'm only going to give you to level 4. First of all, Nygina does have a last name, because I'm currently playing her. It's Nygina Talar, so you know how to spell Nygina. Last name is Talar. It is T-A space capital L-A. So it's capital T-A space capital L-A-R. Talar as the last name. So, Berserker. If you all wish to use this, you get until level 4. Anyways, hit dice is a D12. Proficiencies: light armor, medium armor. Weapons: simple weapons, martial weapons. No tools. Saving throws are strength and con. You get to choose 2 skills to be proficient in from acrobatics, animal handling, athletics, intimidation, nature, and survival. Equipment, you get to choose between a great axe or a martial weapon. To be honest, for a berserker, this is not going to matter, but having an extra weapon never hurt anybody. And then you automatically get an explorer's pack and 2 claws. So then I have to tell you what a claw is, and I think I have it on here somewhere. Yeah, I do. I'll get to it here in a moment. A claw is a weapon I made. It's a great weapon. It really needs to add it to actual 5e. And then the last choice you get for equipment is 3 spears or a simple weapon. So that's your choice. And then both of these will be needed for explanations later. One of them's the claw, which is 3 gold. And then it does a d6 splash damage. If not splash, then slashing. So this is a DM discretion. It can be slashing if they don't like splash. But if it's splash damage, I explained this in the last video, splash damage hits all 9 squares around you. So if you're on the battle mat, it hits all 9 squares around you in a circle. Just the ones next to you. And that's all it hits. But it does less damage than it should. So essentially how it works, since I'm describing splash, is the d6 damage if you go to hit, but then in the explanation when it says finesse, this has finesse, it says splash d4. This weapon can count as both unarmed. Oh, let me get that in a moment. So it's splash d4 is what it will say. And it's like, why is it splash d4 when it just says d6 splash? So it's a d6 to hit one target, but if you want to hit all 9, it's a d4 for each one. Or a d4 and they all take the same amount. It's a d4 and they all take the same amount, I believe. But it's a pound and a half for a claw. Not very heavy. But yeah, as I was about to say before I didn't finish it, it counts as both unarmed and wielding a weapon. It depends how you want to go with it. So if you're doing unarmed strikes, this counts. And it's like, why would that matter? It's like, well, there's some text in Berserker that's like, you get blah 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 added on to unarmed strikes. If you have a claw, you just use that and you still get the bonus. So you have 2 claws. And then for later explanation purposes, we have the spell Berserk, which is one I made. It is a 3rd level spell, but we just need the effect for this explanation, which is, for the duration, a target is berserked, which makes them hit random enemies, count the enemies and friendlies, and roll a dice to decide which one you are attacking. You also get a +2 to strength. So essentially, when you go berserk, you count all the enemies and all your party. You count all friendly targets, all enemies, anyone who's on the battlefield. Any target that you could ever have. Whether it's NPC, enemy, friendly, it doesn't matter. You count them all, you decide what dice you have to use. Oh, let's say there's 11 people on the field. You'd roll a d12, 12 is reroll. Whatever, you assign each one a number, whatever number it lands on, that's who you're attacking. You don't get to choice who you're attacking. You could attack your friend for a lot of matters. So you have to be selective when you use Berserk. But speaking of Berserk, that gives us to what you gain at what level. So we have 4 levels. First level you get 2 things, second level you get 2 things, and third and fourth you get 1 each. So, level 1, you get Rage. Y'all should know what Rage is. It's from the Barbarian class. Yes, Berserker also gets Rage. Yes, you could use both Rage and Berserk at the same time. Their slots are about the same. They're the exact same. You have different slots. So when you have Rage, you have a certain amount of slots that you can use for Rage. Like, I think it's, what is it? 2 for every long rest, something like that. Yeah, so you can use Rage 2 times per long rest. It's the same for Berserk, but they don't use each other's. So they each have their own set slots. but they each have the same amount for each level. So that helps with Berserker. And then the other thing you got level 1 is Berserk. So at level 1 you can expend a slot Berserk like Rage, which I just explained. When you go Berserk, you gain the Berserk status, which is what I explained with the spell. As for the slots, you have the same amount as you do for Rage, which I explained that. They don't use each other, so yeah, I explained that. So then we go to level 2. We get our first limit break. Because the Final Fantasy class has limit breaks. This one's called True Beast. True Beast, you can go Berserk without expending a slot for 1 turn. Also allowing you to get another 10d6 unarmed strike damage. So only to unarmed strikes you get another 10d6. So if I'm still using that claw, which is a d6, I just got another 10 of those in. So that'd be 11d6 for 1 turn. And I think I forgot to say this when I was doing Neon, but every limit break is once per long rest, and then every time you get a new one, it changes. Which I'm not going to get in that at because we never got to a second one. But yes, so until I get to a certain level, True Beast is only once per long rest. Other thing you get at second level is Unarmed Defense. I believe this is an actual 5e ability. I think Barbarian has it. I'm not too sure. But I'm just going to read it out loud because I don't know if I made it or not. Beginning at level 2 while you are wearing no armor and wielding a shield. Oh. When you are wearing no armor and not wielding a shield, your AC equals 10 plus Dex plus Wisdom. Level 3 you get Danger Sense. Pretty sure this is a 5e thing. I'm not going to explain that. And then level 4 is ability score increase. This is pretty solid. And I will say later on, it does get add-ons to its Berserk. But essentially, Berserk is, if you know Final Fantasy, when you go Berserk, you're kind of animalistic and you target whoever, you know, is there. So, yes, this class makes me animalistic. I will also say that when I think of Berserker, I think it makes like your blood boil and kind of makes you go on fire just a little bit. They even make colored red in the old Final Fantasy games. So here's fire because when I think I go Berserk, I like to imagine my fist is on fire when I'm punching. So that is why it is a bunch of fire in the background. Anyway, so that is the race and the class, both explained. Now we're going to get to the stats, and then we'll get to the backstory, and then that'll be it. So level 4, Nygina. 64 HP, 19 AC, 3 initiative, 50 movement speed. I think we already went over that one though. Ability scores. We have 20 in strength, 16 in dex, 18 in con, 14 in intelligence, 16 in wisdom, and 14 in charisma. Our skill increases are in our proficiencies is athletics, acrobatics, animal handling, and intimidation. Oh, and perception. We have expertise in perception. And then I took the great axe and the spears, but I just kind of wrote them off. It's not going to matter. I got the 2 claws though, 1 for each hand. And they have finesse, but it don't matter. I made my strength the way it is for a reason, just in case I lose them. And yeah, they're a force to be reckoned with. So yeah, there's all the little itty bitty stats. And then now we get to the backstory. So essentially, I think I actually have it written down. I'm gonna go read it. I'm gonna go read it. Here we go. Okay, so first of all, before I say this, I will say in the anime, finalists are known to be slaves. So I kind of tied that in with my backstory. I also wrote it as Faunalise are very rare in this continent, so most, not continent, Faunalise are really rare in the world, so most people don't ever see Faunalise. So I wrote it in such a way that the DM wouldn't have to use Faunalise if they didn't want to. But anyways, here's my backstory. Faunalise have it rough. Most of them have all been made slaves. Only a lucky few have not. Faunalise are known for their strength and speed, which made them the perfect worker. This takes us to Nygina Talar, a Faunalise born in the castle. Some royal family had a few Faunalise as slaves. Nygina's mother and father was among them. When Nygina was born, her father was executed, and her mother and herself were cast out into nothingness. Simply because she was born in the castle. When Nygina was born, I already read that sentence. Nygina grew up poor with her loving mother. Eventually, her mother died, leaving her alone. When she died, she also died with the secret she was born in a castle. So, Nygina had no idea what happened, and never will. But what she does know is too many Faunalise live horrible lives, and it's time to fight back. Now that she has determination, she became a gladiator, fighting for the people to gain strength. Eventually, after some time, she set off to begin her journey to set free the Faunalise. But by now, most of them are dead, so it's rare to find any. Seeing as this is how it is, Nygina has decided to fight for the weak. So, Nygina knows nothing about being born in a castle or anything like that. She has no desire to go hurt them. But if she finds out, she will probably kill them. But yeah, she decided she wanted to fight for the Faunalise, be the, warrior to set all of them free. By the time she got strong enough, most of them were already gone and dead. So now she just fights for the weak and helpless. And that's about it for Nygina. She's pretty cool. I've only got to use her for a few sessions. She gets mad a lot real fast because, she's a berserker. She has aggression, like high aggression. It's like she's hot-tempered. Get it? The fire, hot-tempered. Anyways, though, that's it for Nygina. So we will see you in the next one when we discuss Jerry. And I think you all are going to love Jerry. But I have not got to play Jerry yet. But anyways, stay tuned. Thank you all for watching. This is Blaze. Hope you enjoyed it. Maybe this will inspire you to make your own D&D character. Somewhat like what I've made, or something completely different. Maybe it just inspired you to play D&D. Whatever the case, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.